You're watching Consumerthon, and today's review is going to be on the Novation Launchpad. This week's topic is DJ controllers, and this is sort of a cross between what DJs would use and also what music production people would use. It uses Ableton, which is sort of a live music production and performance type software. Admittedly, this is going to be a little bit of a half-assed review because Ableton is pretty complex, and I just kind of want to show you kind of where you can expect to be after maybe 1 day's worth of usage. And then you can decide if, like, hey, I want to get involved in something that's a little bit more complicated than the average consumer product or not. You know, I mean, definitely DJing is easier, you know, just get a couple tracks that are same BPMs and throw them together, and it's kind of fun. But this is something that if you're already producing music, or if you're already using Ableton or Fruit Loops, or are musically inclined, then this would be something that maybe you could pick up fairly easily. For me, it's difficult, and I just kind of want to show you kind of where you can expect to be after, say, a day's worth of usage. I did make another tutorial on how to change the firmware on this. That was something where I was looking at the instructions on the Novation website, and they didn't really match up with what made sense. And I made that video, so feel free to look at that if you do have one of these and you want to update the firmware. Let's start off with Ableton, just so you can kind of see what that software looks like. So I'll open up Live Light. It does come with a reduced version of the software, which, you know, I mean, I feel is still very complicated. It's just you know, once you get into it, then just know that you'll have to spend an extra $300 to $500 to buy the full version of the software to do pretty much everything you would want to do as an advanced user. What I can do here is, I would suggest if you get the Novation Launchpad, we can open up the RGB demo set. And this is just a good way to kind of see a little bit of the Ableton software and a little bit of how the Launchpad works. So I can press tab here to switch between the different views. Each one of these lit up buttons represents a clip. So if I want to play this clip, for instance, that'll play, and I can stop it by pressing anything else in this column, which is not lit. I can play the entire row by pressing one of these play buttons on the right here. So if I want to play this entire row, I can just hit that. To stop the entire row, I go to Mixer, and then stop. And that'll kill everything. So I can play one of these, and under this red, green, blue demo, I have the option of pressing user 1, and I can see some pretty colors. So this is an interesting kind of end result of what you could do once you program all of the different little clips in and make little musical tracks out of them to play. What you start off with is this, and it's just a blank slate, and you've got to put in all of these different musical elements. A good way to start off would be to use one of the packs. So there's some Ableton sessions that you can download that are just like the Novation session that we just played, which will allow you to kind of quickly see how everything's set up, and you can kind of play around with it. But for the most part, you know, my personal feeling is that Ableton is a really complicated software, and you know, it's something that you can definitely learn. It's just going to take a little bit of time, and if it's something that you're really committed to or not. I don't know, I would be interested in hearing from some Ableton users that are good at it. How long did it take you to get to that level? One of the things that I noticed though, it came with a recommendation of getting the Melodic S, and this is kind of really cool software. And this would be something that I would recommend for more of the casual user. So this program is on a subscription service, so you pay $10 a month or $100 for the year. And I'll just go through a couple lessons here. We've got easy lessons, such as this one. I'll hit play lesson now. I can click finger positions and it shows me which fingers I should be using for which pads. So there's a kick and a snare here. And then the last step is to kind of put everything together. So let's try this. So it gives me a score at the end, and I can progress over lessons and try different songs. So this software I really like, and I think that if you started here as a beginner and kind of went through all of these lessons to like get yourself familiarized with the Launchpad, you could probably get a pretty good foundation, is what I'm guessing, to go into Ableton and kind of know what music goes with what, and to really make a stab at getting the most out of this. And this is just like the beginner version of the Launchpad as well. There's a pro version which keeps a similar form, but just adds in some more controls on the left and right hand side, like these little circular buttons. So that was that. I wish I could know more and show you more about this, but I did want to review different DJ controllers this week, and this is a pretty popular concept in something that isn't a DJ controller, but allows people to express themselves with music in an interactive way, and it's an interesting concept. If I saw one of these versus somebody playing with a Newark mix track, you know, I would think that like the person using this is doing more work and probably worth whatever they were getting paid to do. So that's my review of the Novation Launchpad. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the space below. Thanks for watching Consumerthon. Stay tuned this week. We've got a few more DJ controllers and different DJ equipment that we'll be reviewing. And then at the end, I'll do a weekly recap. Thanks for watching.